Hello everyone, welcome in, welcome in. We are going to be playing some more Ace Attorney tonight, and apparently Daydreamers decided she's going to drive and watch at the same time. So hopefully you can hear me. Please stay safe, because that is actually really dangerous, and you probably shouldn't do that. But yeah, when we left off last time, I think we were about to start the trial portion. Honestly, don't remember what we were doing. Oh yeah, part 2 trial. Yes, I was right. Except I don't remember the voices we gave anybody, so good luck to me, I guess. More listening. Listening is okay. Listening is fine. Watching, less so. Let's see. What voice did we give her?
I think it was a voice like this. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh?
I think that's the voice we gave her. Something like that.
Well, he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie! Who's this? Oh, it's you. Okay.
Ah, Detective Gumshoe.
You doing alright? How you feeling? He's yelling, but I'm not gonna yell.
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. Don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger.
And you! Yes? You better square this case away. Got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. What does that mean? Oh my god. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. Arrest for what? What did I do? I don't know how the volume is on the game for y'all because Wildflowers was a little quiet apparently last week. So I turned it up and I forgot to turn it back down. I'm trying to get back down. I think he's serious.
Hey, detective. You're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
What does that mean? Of course. I got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? Okay, Gummy. Sure. Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me? I don't think the prosecutor is gonna really like this much. So don't get in trouble and lose your job, please.
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you.
My new phone is louder than my old one, and so I'm worried that it's gonna get picked up on the mic and y'all are gonna hear double. So if you hear double, that's why. It's because I'm using my phone as a tracker and it has the same things coming out of it. Anyway.
Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh?
I can only wish. Not really, because nobody else saw the other guy. Therefore, we're probably gonna have a hard time proving that she's innocent, considering that she's already been proven guilty once. So, good luck. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. I don't remember what judge we ever give the voice. The voice we ever give the judge. Blah, blah, blah. Words. Can't even speak already. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, this guy. We always give him like a dark, heavy, bitter, you know. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Ah! What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "Who's talking to me?" Oh my god. It was a little, well, intimidating. No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is she? Our trusty? So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please. Mr. Wright, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright! Just sweating. Just gallons of sweat. I wasn't questioning whether you're Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. Oh my god. Burn? That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. What could it be?
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me. I mean, you don't know what he said, so that might happen.
Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness.
I demand a retrial. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
Witness, state your name for the court.
Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe. Gummy? That was backwards. Other way around, detective. Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday. Sir.
Since yesterday?
Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control, for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenelg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. That sounds like a terrible name for a computer company. This is the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Can I? Potassium cyanide poisoning. Ouch. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30. A whole hour. Ooh, kind of vague. Here are the plans of the restaurant. Floor plans, sorry. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. Sure about that?
The waitress being the accused?
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef. And a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
I mean, I guess. Come, detective. Take up this hammer. And nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. I feel like I'm doing his voice a little too quietly, but I can't get too deep too loud. It's weird.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Yes, sir. Hopefully my volume is good for y'all as well. Like I said, I turned down the game volume, so it might be non-existent now. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenelg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of a motive. Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. That's not how that should have come out.
The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me! Wow. Okay, what was Fake Us doing? Fake Us was definitely doing something crazy. Alright, let's see. He was alone at his table. Press, because Maggie insists there was a second person. Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something contradicts the evidence? No. Calm down. He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Oh no. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said. And What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey! Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. Their two testimonies tie up on that. They both said that there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Is it gonna get us anywhere? I don't know that it will. Let's see. There's a doodle. I don't know. Press harder. Why not? Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Très Bien, right? Wow. So he's had the coffee there. I have in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. Okay. Alright, oh. Alright. This is a photograph. Sorry. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen.
This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct?
I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime, how, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table?
Well, I tried. It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly.
It does seem to do that. Alright. I'm not going to present anything, but I do want to look at that photo. I don't see anything weird about it, but... Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing weird about it. Alright. We know why he was listening to the radio, so I don't need to ask about that. So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Objection!
Ha! Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite? The victim took his coffee black, with no sugar.
It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? I mean, why not? We can press everything. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? Huh? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? I mean, he did die. Oh, hey, you're right! That's what I was thinking. Alright. You have an answer for everything, don't you, Godot? In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. Huh? For me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? This. Oh my god. Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Oh no. Oh, now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup. Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There is clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in his cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought. Like this. Why is he just chugging the coffee? For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. Of course. Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. Right, press about the potassium cyanide. Potassium cyanide? I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe? It's, well, that stuff's lethal. Eat too much in your history.
How much is too much?
A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's about enough to finish anyone off.
Oh. 0.2 grams? How much is that?
You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much. Oh my god. Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got an abundance of.
Why? Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere.
Alright, some kind of motive, and that's gonna be the thingy. Let's just press everything. He was listening to his radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Why not? And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? How should I know? Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere.
This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? Well,
alright, blah 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 blah, might have had some kind of motive. Some kind of a motive? Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection!
Nobody asked you, Detective. You know what my golden rule is, Detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. He's gonna fire you. I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. Gulp. So stick to the facts, Detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Was it?
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one.
Then is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Press harder. Find out. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Ha. It's gonna be found on her. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question.
That's a $500,000 lottery ticket?
One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. What? We knew that, I thought. I thought we knew that already.
Order.
Ha! She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress.
You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately.
Better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Oh, he wants the money. Terrible.
This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say?
It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. That's on Maggie's person, unfortunately.
That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime.
I like an old man who knows the score. What does that mean?
There is also the matter of a $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules.
Judge, please. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast.
Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. I mean, it's not a repeat performance because we're not being, like, angry and stuff. With one final, decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? Of course he does. Of course he does. Ah, great. This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time.
Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've ever seen.
That stain looks like... It can't be blood, can it? No, it's probably ketchup. Ha! It seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself.
Coffee?
That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more.
Something else? I presume you mean...
Of course, I'm referring to the pocket. There's a big red stain on it, Godot. The pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide, the very poison used by the killer, was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. Uh-oh. Wait, what?
Order. The court will accept these items into evidence.
What's with the big stain? What's with the poison?
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. It's a blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. It's right there. You don't need to be told, just look at it, right? Well, detective, could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? See? Okay. She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day.
You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
Pull a stunt like that again, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. What? Why? I thought everyone knew what it was already. Wow, okay.
I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case.
Odo?
The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They have all been clearly established.
Have they? Well tried. What do we have? Do we have anything? So we've got, apparently, deadly powdery poison. Ugh. We don't have anything. I thought we had a bottle. What happened to the bottle that we had? It seems you really are a phony after all. Not again. Ugh, you really know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
I thought we had a bottle. I thought we had a little green bottle.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir.
Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him.
Enjoy your lurk, Anna.
But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
But she was unconscious, so... You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin.
Wow. I don't want to let the fun do anything. Also, why is my chat not working properly? This thing is supposed to be grabbing the chat when it happens. I don't know what's happening. I'll just refresh it and see what happens. Alright. Crime was reported, and tell me about this old man. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe? There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them, and seeds. Seeds?
Seeds.
Ha! It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. What? I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. But also, what? Why would you catch them?
The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. What? He took his time finding a payphone, apparently, so he was late reporting the crime.
Interesting. Maggie had passed out from the shock. How long was the defendant unconscious for? The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search, too. Hey, that's mean, Phoenix! Alright, that's a little creepy, Detective. I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that, all pretty and peaceful. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. Bird watcher.
Save the romantics for your own time, Detective. All we need to know is about the investigation.
Oops, I guess I'm pretty rare right now, aren't I? Yeah. Didn't have any identification on him. He didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal.
The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man.
Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. Figured out who he was pretty quick. Press. Wait a sec. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down, he's got a whole saggy shoulders and puppy eyes thing going on. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table, along with the lottery ticket. It seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Trebian. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds.
That's a reliable enough source for the court.
What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? Ask about the bag. What sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty. Kind of weird. Prescription bags aren't usually just straight up empty. So somebody stole his meds? Ha. You just laughed. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, Trite? Sorry. Now, what happened with the investigation after that, Detective? Search, we found the lottery ticket and a bottle of poison. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? Hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal. That happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes. What?
Objection!
Keep up this crazy testimony, Detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Oh my god. Sorry. So trite. Someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness.
I mean, don't we though? There's nothing else missing in the crime scene. So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Yeah. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? Oh yeah, the one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole $1 with it. What a lucky guy, huh? And they're just going to let him get away with it?
It was just $1, detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little, except for Gumshoe. I don't find a hole in his testimony. The judge is going to hand down his verdict. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Oh no. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you've ever been! That's so mean. I mean... He said there was nothing else missing, but we already know that the medication was missing. Is that what it's going for? Like, the meds are missing. That's clearly something has happened to it. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Literally tiny, could be nothing. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. Interesting. I thought it was so juicy. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Trebian. Where then did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, pal! Aww.
Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence?
I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? I mean, the rest of the investigation was solid. The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself.
Oh, order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
Ha! That's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will.
What's the clinic's name got to do with anything?
Oh, I'm gonna get that name wrong. New Ear Otolaryngological Otolaryngological Clinic. Otolaryngological? It's an ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. Oh. Oh, interesting. He was in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum.
He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
What? But it's still missing. So, who took it?
It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print.
Is it?
They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Wait, left ear? Hold on. Left ear? Then how does he have the earpiece on that side? Because that would be his left side. Something's not right about that picture. Because it's also corroborated by the crime scene photo. Maybe not. A crime scene photo, right? Okay, I thought we had a crime scene photo that showed him with his earpiece, but I guess that's just in the reenactment photos that they keep popping up. Yes, here it is, in the very, very fine print.
It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Très Bien. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe he would have eaten his medication.
What? Erg. It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all. No.
Nick! If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over.
She's right. But I can't get away with this with any old, weak objection. What should I do? Push it. Because we keep seeing pictures of him with it on his left side, which means if this eardrum was blown out, there's no way he would have been able to listen to stuff with this side. It would have to be on his right-hand side. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Très Bien. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
Objection!
I mean,
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide.
or it seems hardly likely. Hardly seems likely. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Ooh, he flickered. Mr. Godot? I got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there at the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kudo? The pigeon hater? Pigeon hater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess. after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness.
Ha! I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
Court is adjourned for recess. Go play. I don't know.
Alright.
Phew! That was close.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there.
That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit.
Oh no.
Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that?
Huh?
He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's gotta do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again.
Poor Gumshoe.
So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds.
I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds. Yeah, and Godot will catch him in his teeth. I'll be alright. Alright, go back in.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please.
The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Oh, I don't remember what voice we gave him. Name an occupation, if you don't mind.
The name's Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too.
We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
My occupation? Ha! Listen, youngin'. How would you like...
Wait.
How much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do. Worked it back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe he could embroider my costume sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Now then, witness, you were at the restaurant at the time of the incident. Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of cappuccino. Seeds? What do you think these are, huh? Are seeds?
So, you saw everything that happened, Gramps.
Did I? Oh yes I did. I saw it all.
Then please, tell the court. We're all ears.
Sure, I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this. Alright. Come on, old man, let's do it.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Interesting. Interesting.
Mr. Kudo, she is not a servant girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Ha! You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones, Newfangled? All this talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, Felix does not want to do this. Alright. What you got, buddy? Reading the sports paper. How do you know that? So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glen Elk? I wanted to know if Guts and Braun retained his championship or not. So he's looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question, there are partitions between the tables on the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at a table on the other side of the restaurant, correct? Ha! I go to that place to drink Javachino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at. You mean you go there to eye the waitress? Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. That would definitely be a mistake. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I'll need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. And I saw what the server girl put into the Javachino as well. I bet I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not going to like it. Alright, what'd you see? Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please?
Sure. There's no question about it. She was very conspicuously putting some white powder in there. White powder, you say? Did she really put that into the coffee? You doubt me, boy? She took out a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in. Couldn't she have been adding sugar? Sugar? In a small brown bottle like that?
Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms?
Ha. A bottle like this, perhaps? That's leading the witness.
Oh, there it is! That's the one! That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume?
So what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? Alright, one sip. He took just one sip? You youngins, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8. Hydrate, wow. I like how he says he wasted it. He died, bro. Like, he didn't get a chance to drink more. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, ate in the cup, and then died. What? Congratulations, you have earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom. You cross-examined a parrot, Phoenix Wright. I don't want to hear batty out of you. So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Did the autopsy report say? It says sometime between 1:30 and 2:30, so we don't know. Oh yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the Javachino I just drank turn sour in my stomach. Oh, yes. I know that feeling.
And the waitress? I presume she is...
That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry? You can see all the way up to her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear just such a uniform, even me!
Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image.
Okay. Like, you look cute in it. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. You wore the outfit, Maya. I guess I got a bit carried away. Ha! There are other things I recognize about her, too. He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Press. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would ask you that you add them to your testimony.
Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose.
What?
Do you think Old CD really saw Maggie do it?
Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there.
But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress.
I guess. That's a good point, though.
Hey, did I just see something clever?
I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie.
That's what we have to figure out, Nick.
That's it? That was the... Wait. I remember her well. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron's straps were loose. Can I, like, look at her? I'm just gonna press it. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face. Ha! As if I would remember that!
Objection!
You go there every day. The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right! I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. She's wearing a red ribbon now. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Ask about her bag? Ask about the straps? I gotta ask about something. Ask about the straps. Mr. Kudo, you seem especially interested in straps. Why is that? What? The ribbon in her hair, the straps on her apron. What's the fascination? Fascination?
Objection!
People have all kind of fetishes, Trite. We don't need to embarrass the witness. Oh no! Listen, you young upstarts! I ever got some stick strap fetish.
Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual love of straps, Mr. Wright?
Oh no.
I was just curious as to why he was so fixated on the waitress's straps.
I said I haven't got a strap fetish. How many times do I have to repeat myself? Very well. Continue with your testimony, Mr. Kudo, and make it strapless.
Alright. It was the back one that we were supposed to ask about. I remember her well. There was a ribbon in her hair and her straps were loose. What about her face? We already asked all of this. I'm not reading it a second time. Ask about her back. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
Ha, he's got you there, Gramps. Are you on our side suddenly? People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony.
Sure. This little man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. Alright. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. Which is unusual, because there was a big old ketchup stain. Finally, jeez, we found something. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. Ha! That filthy thing would suit filth just like you perfectly. Or like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot. Oh. Everybody else knows, and he doesn't. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron... is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops. Oh my god, he looks so creepy.
Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this.
Ha. Well, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine Tridal on our hands. I think I usually say genuine for him. Listen, Trite. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird.
Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. Of course he was, because he's sick and twisted.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted. He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Wow, that's so mean.
Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
About the victim? Okay. Alright.
He was another of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles.
Broken pair of spectacles? Oh, his eyepiece.
He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling the pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
So with his left hand.
The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail.
Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Alright. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. It's kind of mean. Alright. Let's see. Broken pair of spectacles. Tell me about that. Spectacles? Glasses. Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses.
He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance.
Oh, we better come up with something sharp and quick. So I'll have to wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. Newspaper, keep rustling the pages. Listening to the wireless. The wireless? Is he gonna tell us that it's on the left-hand side? Because we keep seeing images that it is. Or at least I think that's what we're seeing. Unless that eyepiece isn't the... I thought that was the radio. I'm gonna be so honest. I thought it was like a whole piece.
The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Another hydrate. Jeez. Oh boy.
And using an earpiece. It's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it.
Was he that desperate to listen to the radio?
What are you looking at me like that for? Ow, ow!
Hold on. But he didn't tell us what side the wireless was on. The wireless... house, blah, blah, blah. And then he's not telling us. He's not telling us what side it's on, so... You mean the waitress who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go. Isn't that right? Maybe. What does it matter if I saw her from the front or behind? My eyes don't lie. Ow, ow! I better not push it until I've got some hard evidence. Alright. His free hand? Yes. Which hand was that? Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his right hand, then which hand was it, you moron? Ow, ow! Ha! Perhaps the great Mr. Trite has 3 hands. Yeesh. I was only asking. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. Oh my god, I was so taken aback by that. I thought I was scared.
I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh?
Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake, and he's ours. Well, wearing a pair of broken spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand. The newspaper was a sports paper, was it? That young hooligan. I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that rustling going on? I needed to find out if Guts and Braun retained his championship title. It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you buy your own? What are you looking at me like that for? How dare you judge me? Ow, ow!
Guts and Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway.
Okay. Alright, so... he hasn't specified anything. Really. Like, there's nothing that we can present against him. Like, he had the newspaper in his right hand. Do we have anything that shows otherwise? Do we have anything that shows that it was in a different hand? I don't think so. I mean, it looks like the newspaper is in his right hand. Looks like everything's on the up and up. Wait, but you couldn't get the coffee stain on that side if the... Oh. Would have had to have been his right hand. Brought up the Cappuccino, picked it up with his free hand and took a sip. Okay. So, his free hand would have had to have been his right hand because of the way that the coffee cup has a mark on it. So... Objection! Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory?
I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing.
If I got anything wrong, I'll eat the seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? I wasn't deep enough, but it's fine. According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left.
God, what is this, kindergarten?
But I would like the court to please take a look at this.
That's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But how?
Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Arrgh!
Gonna eat the seeds?
Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park, where he came from.
Wait! If you think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about the dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw.
You still insist on your testimony?
That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo who are at fault. Who, me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. You're also old.
Don't call me old man. Right, I was gonna say. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say. You gonna sing the business song?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but...
Sure. Why not hear a little more?
Mr. Kudo!
I forgot which voice it was. But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
Can we? I don't think we can. Left hand or right hand? Okay. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He couldn't have been because of his medication. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor, often used by programmers.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data.
Oh, sorry about the yawning.
It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts, in good old black and white.
Alright, was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Kudo, that's not gonna work. I don't think it's the medication. I think it's the autopsy report. I don't remember. Maybe it is the medication, because it doesn't specify that it's for the left ear, but, like, we know it's for the left ear because of all the stuff, so... let me just press it. So the victim was wearing an HMD.
HDTV, CD, DVD, what does it matter?
It was none of them, actually, but anyway. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side?
No question. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. From the opposite table, he'd only have a view of the side of the victim's head. Well, was he sitting there, or is he sitting at the other one? Kept fiddling with it all the time. It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenelg.
He was getting on my nerves. Rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all that fuss dying from one sip of Javachino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked.
So I take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. The earpiece you mentioned. Which hand did the victim touch it with?
You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fastens your left cup with your right hand. When the tour guide says on your right, you'll see the famous blah blah. You're the only one that deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you?
No, I didn't mean...
Obviously, he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in.
Ow, ow, ow! So if he had the HDM on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo.
That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me.
It looks like he really did see the guy picking up the cup with his left hand. This is a dead end.
Well, Nick, what do you think?
I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right.
Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks.
But if he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradictions in his testimony, right? Okay, so I guess we have to present something. I thought we were going to be able to press and... Okay, medication. Cool. Yay, the music stopped. That means I'm right. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HDMD. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. Well, I guess you're going in the prison. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Eh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear out of that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Hippie pigeon, pretty pigeon. Oh, that was such a sad song.
Order.
This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind, and he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when he knows his eardrum was ruptured. When we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. Rude. Coffee is fine with milk. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip?
This is the victim's coffee cup, in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows the victim picked it up with his right hand.
I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank the Javachino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand, then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. That's not what he said. Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection!
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elk drank the poisoned coffee. Like this! Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Wow, he spit out his coffee.
I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce.
Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey!
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there.
Aw.
I'm ordering the defense and prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. The court is adjourned.
Okay. Oh. Wait! Oh. If we stop now, where does that leave me?
Leave you, Mr. Kudo?
Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing that I can do.
I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else in the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 60 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man.
Okay. That's enough, witness. I believe it would be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
You bet. Much, much quicker. I can't believe this is happening.
Ha ha ha! You better get ready, youngster.
I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Very silly. Final showdown. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiots upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down,
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Yeah, you're doubting me again. You're doubting a poor defenseless old man.
No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah, so what? Probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain. That's why. That's all you can think of. Literally, so what? Why does that matter?
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please.
It's a final showdown. Alright, press. The court generally prefers if witnesses are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo. Noisy brat! I'm warning you, I'm more savage than a macho man right now. Macho man Randy Savage. Good reference. You won't beat me with this testimony. Ow, ow! He's still chucking those seeds harder than ever. I'd better be careful.
Come on, Nick, nail him.
Calm down, Maya. Alright. The court has already heard that testimony, Mr. Kudo. I know that! I was just setting the mood. How else am I supposed to build up the suspense, The suspense? Yes, now what do you think? Should I work the audience a bit more?
No, please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible.
Alright, now where was I? Ah, yes, the young boy slumped over the table, and... Okay... A vase, you say? Yes, there are vases on all the tables in that place. There are accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over. Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them, too. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there, but it was upright. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase? Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define... Okay, I get it. I heard it break, and the side of it is burned into my memories, clear as day. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Soaked in water, you mean? Yes, it splashed me on the knee as well. You said you were sitting at a table across the room from the victim, correct? And yet, the water still managed to splash onto you? It was cold! I clearly remember it splashing me. Did the water really make it all the way across to the other side of the room? Huh? You mean the vase on the victim's table falling upside down and breaking? The vase turned upside down, and my testimony's turning this case upside down. It's a joke. I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you think, Captain? I don't think anything. I'm impressed by your ability to waste time. Godot hasn't raised any objections for a while now. So, you young show-off, with that scrap of information, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat. He's really giving you the evil eye, Maya.
It's you he's looking at, Nick, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction, youngin'.
I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge then. Okay, well, what am I supposed to be... There's nothing here that really needs to... Alright, you know what? Where's that photo of the crime scene? Where'd it go? It's perfectly upright, so... He remembers it being knocked over and breaking. However, Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch! Ow, ow!
Enough. If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. Ah! What is it now?
I just remembered something. Yes? Go on. The broken vase! Haha, it was on my table! What? Ah, well, you see, it startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table?
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
You what?
You what?
You what?
Okay, well, that's very exciting.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today.
Oh, well, I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
No. Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Arrgh! Wait a minute, if that's the case, there's more! I've got more to say! Oh yes, I remember something else.
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
Wait, listen to me!
Wow.
Wow.
Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. And I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict.
Ooh, that's good news, though.
The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand. And the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor?
The witness we just heard from. He is the most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. Kiddo's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Anyway then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Okay. Well, to be continued! Alright, well, that was only an hour and a half worth of, like, anything. So I'm wondering if I should keep going and get to the next section of the trial. But I don't want to make it too long. I don't remember how long we streamed for last time we played this game. I'm gonna go look and see if I have any answer for that. Yeah, we did it for about 2 hours last time. So, not too far off of this, but still quite a bit longer for this game. And it feels weird to only stream for an hour and a half. I usually stream for about 3 hours, so... Yeah, alright, let's go for it. Let's hop on in there. We can at least get some of the investigation done, so the next time we play, maybe we'll be on the next part of the trial. We'll see. So what do you think of the trial went how do you think the trial went this morning? If I can speak. How do you think it went? It gotta get a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is that what old Mr. Kudo saw, the apron straps and the ribbon. And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictitis. Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh? Ugh, my nose is like really itchy. Yeah, we've got to find one for Maggie, or she's going to have a terminal case of guilty. Wow. Alright. Let me get out of here, please. Woohoo! Thanks, Coffee Stream Bot. Phenomenal. Maggie! Oh. I guess Maggie's still in questioning.
But we've got questions to ask her too. Maggie!
Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Alright, weird. Alright, trivia it is then. Go talk to Armstrong.
Empty as usual.
Yeah, it's lunchtime too. Alright, that's it. Come on. Who's yelling? Hey, that sounds like... Just call it 8, pal. Come on, I know you can.
He's getting really worked up about something.
No, that's the wrong number. Oh, is he playing the lottery? Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a ripoff.
What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here.
He is, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? What can you say? This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal?
You really drove her into a corner, you know.
You always blow apart my testimony. Why, of all days, didn't you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it for once.
Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese? Would he have preferred crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you about me, I mean?
Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't ever want to see him again. Something like that. Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean.
Why is this happening?
He's banging his head against the wall, Nick.
Oh, I don't know who's talking anymore. Oh man, poor Gumshoe. Alright. So, did you like the twin tea set? I never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous my hands were shaking.
So, how did it taste?
Well, for $20, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate.
Delicate?
You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you? Well,
what's the matter with him?
Looks like he's thinking... It looks like he's thinking, that's it. I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. And I just realized, it's bad. That's it, it tasted bad. Oh no, Gummy, please. Just kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you paid $20 for it, you know? Maybe he should have found out about the price after he had finished eating.
Hey Nick, maybe that's why Glenelg came here. Glenelg. Maybe he heard about the super fierce twin tea set.
If by fierce you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glenelg, that reminds me. We still hardly know anything about the guy.
Why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here?
Yeah, why not? But first.
So what were you all excited about earlier?
Huh? That's right, you said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited.
Come on, Detective Gumshoe, you can tell little old me. What were you listening to?
Nothing really. It was just the daily exercise show. Wow. How dare you, Gummy? How dare you lie to us? What the? A psych lock? Ooh, this lunch lobster's special lobster sure is great.
Then why are there tears in your eyes?
dare you, Gummy? How dare you lie to me like this? How dare you? Tell me the truth right now. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you. I'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... Where's that lottery ticket? I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big, just like Glen Elg did. It's like you could see right through me. Yeah, obviously. Huh? I cracked him already? Leap out, that's why I said it was nothing. That's why you said it was nothing. No, you just didn't want to be embarrassed. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. What's with everyone in the lottery?
So, how'd it go?
I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elg, see? And they got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal.
I bet that's what Mr. Elg was listening to on the day he was killed.
Yeah, what time is it now? It's just after 1:30. And are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah. Look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket.
Ooh. Every Monday at 1:30. Millionaire Radio? That sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick.
Oof. First my nose is itchy, then I sneeze. Maybe it'll finally stop itching. Then buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. Wow. Let's ask him about Mr. Elg. This guy was a real... Blah, blah, blah. This guy was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked.
What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden?
He wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe, don't you have any information that's a bit more fun?
Fun? Oh, I know. So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. Elg worked yet? You might as well.
His workplace? Where's that?
A computer firm called Blue Screens Incorporated, or something like that.
Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go.
Computers aren't really my thing, Maya. Ugh.
We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff.
Do you, though? I wonder about that. She did think he was a literal computer. Man, my nose is going crazy today. It's just around the corner from this joint. You should take a look. A computer firm called Blue Screens Incorporated, huh? Alright, move, I guess. Blue Screens Incorporated. Whoa. That is... very futuristic looking. Okay. Oh my god.
Wow, this place is so high-tech. You can almost smell the electricity in the air.
It's a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know?
Who are you? Oh, hello.
I'm sorry. Access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked.
Wow, what secrets?
Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building.
Understood.
Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show. My name is Lisa Basil. I'm the company director. Director? She's human? She seems more like a ghost than a shell. And that thing over her eye, isn't that the same device as Glen Elg's?
That's a DMH, right?
Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD.
All my programmers here at Blue Screens Inc. are supplied with HMDs.
Then do you write programs too?
No, I just enjoy wearing this.
They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one.
Her voice is gonna get real annoying.
So, what exactly is this firm's business?
I will try to simplify it for you so that you can understand. We analyze the data management systems required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them.
Huh? You lost me on the corner of analyze and management.
It doesn't matter. They analyze stuff. You got that much, right?
The software we produce is distributed on CDs.
CDs?
Yes, compact disc, digital optical storage media.
Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music.
It is a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they are doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now?
I'm not.
Closes response time and performance of the code business of global variables and memory overheads is vitally important to the success of the...
Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in.
I don't think he said anything. I think he just spouted a bunch of words, and we're supposed to believe him.
Did you good people follow all of that?
Yeah.
Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil?
You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know. It's terrible.
Can you tell us anything that might be helpful?
I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier too. But I couldn't tell him anything either because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Inc.
Oh.
How about Mr. Elg's desk? Have you cleared it out already?
No, not yet. It's this one right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you are welcome to take it.
I guess there might be a clue here somewhere. Okay, let's do a little examining. Ugh, my nose. Oh, there is...
Whoa, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess.
Looks pretty average to me.
But you can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this.
You think? Real WizKids can work under any condition, you know. She's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry then.
Hey, this calendar.
What about it? If this is another hint about tidying, you can forget it.
Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen.
December 3rd? That's the day Mr. Elg was murdered. Is there anything else there?
Yeah, it says, meet with a tiger.
The tiger? Meet with the tiger, you say?
Wow, look at this mess.
Looks like they're all betting tickets. Oh.
What kind of betting tickets?
For betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets.
Oh wow, his drawers are stuffed full of these.
Looks like they're all losing tickets, though. There's over 500 of them, Jesus Christ.
This many tickets would get you, what, $1 down at the recycling center? But I didn't know you were so hard up that you try to profit from the dead, Nick.
I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. Interesting. I think that's all we need. I guess we could look at his coworkers and stuff, but nah.
Can I ask her about this stuff?
Would you mind taking a look at this?
I'm sorry. That data is super admin restricted desktop access password protected.
Super admin restricted desktop access password protected. What? This is madness.
No, Maya, that is Sparta. Wow. Super passive access restricted. Yeah. It got me. She won't tell us unless we say the right code word.
A code word? Sesame. If it's not Sesame, then it must be her mother's maiden name. That's how it always is.
There's no point in having a password if it's always the same thing, Maya. I guess she just doesn't want to talk about this.
Maybe we should focus on asking about Glen Elg. What do you say?
Okay. Can we ask about the... Where's that thing? Can I ask about this? Oh,
Would you mind taking a look at this?
I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Wow. Same thing. Okay, fine. I'll ask about Glen Elg. Jesus. About Mr. Elg. He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality.
Oh, like what?
He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What?
What's the matter?
Oh, she's repeating herself. He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. Though he was really no trouble at all. A model employee. Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said something about him being in trouble. We've got to find out what this trouble was exactly.
Would you mind taking a look at this?
The data is super password, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. We are focusing on Glen Elg. I think we asked about this already. Blah, 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 blah. It says we should ask about Glen Elg, but she just said he was in trouble. Description, maybe? Mind taking a look at this. Blah 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 blah. Same thing over and over and over. We asked about Glen Elg. There's literally nothing else. Lottery ticket? Blah 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 blah. Nothing. It's gonna keep playing the same scene out over and over and over again as I keep shoving things at her for her to not talk about. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing else we can ask her yet. Or, oh! We have a new prompt. Got it. About Mr. Elg. Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry. Why would you think that? I thought you said something about it just now? You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Oh. Whabam. 3 Cyclocks.
I guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets.
Alright, let's see what we can do. Presenta Magatama. Let's figure this out together. My nose. Itchy. Sorry. I'm gonna be itching my nose most of the stream because for some reason, it's like, I don't know if it's dusty or what, but something's going on with my face. Snorlax, he's making my nose upset. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir. but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service.
What's she talking about? I guess I better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elg's trouble have something to do with this? His 500 tickets? What is that? A bunch of horse racing tickets, all losing ones. With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral. Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell? But what is the relevance of these tickets? The victim, Mr. Glenelg. He had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time. Yeah, but not everyone buys as many tickets. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Glenelg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? Lottery. The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's gotta have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Oh, she's sweating. Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps. No! You are right, Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example. Do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end, but that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elg's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. Meet with the tiger. Mr. Elg met with someone on the day he was killed. He even made a note on his calendar about the meeting. Meet with the tiger. What is the relevance of that? Are you trying to Are you trying to suggest Glenn was meeting him to discuss his debt? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I have never heard anything about this tiger before. Maybe he's not even human. Maybe he is really a tiger. I'm no programmer, but does she really expect me to buy such messed up logic? In that case, I think it's time to introduce you to the tiger. Do I have a tiger in my pockets? I don't have a tiger. I don't think I have enough evidence. I should gather more clues before I try again. I don't think I have anything. Says anything about a tiger. Yeah, I don't really have anything other than that on his calendar about a tiger. So that's not it. Kitchen? We'll talk to Jean, whatever his name is. Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone. Oh.
I'll be back next month.
Oui, naturellement. I'll be waiting for you.
If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here.
Mom, I will have everything ready, I promise.
I love fire, you know. Love the way it crackles.
No, 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 stop it, I beg you.
And don't let me down. I'll be watching you.
Oh no, this is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle.
Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart.
Oh no, you do not have to worry. You know, you worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is the oil of sandalwood.
I too love raw meat from time to time.
Ah!
I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye for now.
Wow. She is creepy. Oh, I have the shivers. I must rub some of my oil all over my body before I become the nervous wreck. There. Oh, oui, oui, that feels good. Oh la la, excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes, my eyes! Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this. La oil of sandalwood. What is sandalwood being a cure-all for? Isn't this just the leftovers of what you were just using? Hey, you. Don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? No, you're alright, monsieur. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way, I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme. They got a brave face, huh?
That's what girls do, Nick.
But you are right. Business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand it. They will think it is stray. I just wanted people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. But they think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays?
Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry.
Have you forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? You tell me. I mean... But this restaurant is my life. It is everything to me. I will defend it to la finale. No one will take it from me. I mean, she just threatened to burn it to the ground. So who was that woman you were just talking to? Oh la la, you saw that? Well, yes, sorry.
So, who was she? She looks so polite and graceful.
Polite, graceful.
And she likes raw meat and fires, right?
We literally just saw it. We literally just saw it, Maya. Now that I think about it. Hey, Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having.
You think so? Well, then let's show him that piece of evidence and see what happens.
What? About his debt? I mean... Is that... Is it this? So long as that paper exists, I am but a delightful angel with la broken wings.
An angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it.
Oui, they kept harassing me month after month. In the end, I had to give in. I agreed to help them.
Help them? With what?
Oh, bien sûr, if I did not owe them la money, I would have refused. But my hands were tied. Please, what did you agree to help them with? Mom, I cannot say. If I tell you that woman, she will slice me up and eat me with la salad garnish. Oh, I hope he doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I mean, maybe. I guess that woman has something to do with your loan contract, am I right? Ah!
Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman.
Tell us about the woman. The woman who was here earlier. I take it that she's, Why has it come to this? What a tragedy! Suddenly I find myself so deep in la debt. It is a sign of the bad world we live in, huh? No, I'd say it's more of a sign of the bad culinary skills. This woman who was here, the scary woman, she is from the loan office. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Oui, Tinder Linder it is called.
Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money.
Please, you must not borrow from them. If you must, no more than $10. $10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya.
Hey, I get a bit more than that, thank you very much.
So Tender Lender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh?
I wonder if they've got anything to do with this case.
I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have to buy myself something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I am like his slave. I have to do everything that he tells me.
Who is he?
La Tiger.
The tiger?
Oui, he is the manager of the Tender Lender, a terrifying man, la big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling, and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. I'm terrible at a French accent. I'm so sorry, y'all. As soon as I hear the noise of the battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry. A big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me, by any chance? Oh, no, no, no. This man has a presence, a most formidable personality. Also, oui, it does have less spiky hair, just like you. Oui, there is a resemblance there, I suppose. Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all. If you want to visit the Tender Lender, it is just beyond Vitamin Square.
Hey, Nick. If you need money, I can loan you some, as long as it's less than $3.
Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? Alright, let's move it. Alright. Maybe we'll finally get to meet the fate. Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We've got a big meeting starting in a bit.
About Maggie's case, you mean?
Well, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside.
Okay, well, see you later then.
Bye. Peace. Alright. Another big case, he says. Oh. You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I, kinda got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. Was kinda hoping you'd give this to her for me.
What is it?
It's Lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. I've been real worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight.
Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on Earth who could eat down this much meat.
I could eat that. You think? I love weenies. Can't get enough of their tender juiciness. So will you give it to her? It took me ages to make. So please say you will, pal. Can't exactly say no, can I? Fills the stomach with love and plenty of weenies.
Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie. He's finally gone. Alright. Let's go find Maggie, I guess. If she's available, we'll give it to her. Nope. Okay. Back to Très Bien. Is there gonna be a kooky old man here? Ooh, that bike is here.
I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you?
Maybe he went to buy another ton of birdseeds. I was kinda hoping he wouldn't be here anyway, at least not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix. Okay. That's a little weird. Oh.
This place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it?
Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Gulp. Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. Oh, okay. I was right. It is her. Okay.
You're here to discuss a loan.
No, not exactly.
The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please.
Alright.
She's gone, just like that.
I guess we'll just have to come back another time.
But this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick. Let's take a look around, okay?
You think it'd be okay?
Of course, no one will ever know.
Coffee?
Ah!
I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly.
Yes, thank you.
Do not touch the desk, please.
No problem. I won't.
Nick, let's get out of here.
Now she wants to get out of here? Yeah, I gotta look around. That's one impressive desk on one impressive rug.
It's solid gold, Nick. Gold! Just look at that shine. Only real gold shines like that.
Would you really want such a shiny desk, though?
I don't know, but let's see what it's like to sit at a solid gold desk.
Let's not do that, actually.
Wow, I'm completely dazzled.
That's because it's completely dazzling.
I can see up my nose in the reflection. That's gotta be really distracting.
So the desk isn't practical. No surprise there. I was trying to look at the CD case. There's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud it's a wonder you can hear it.
The lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the tiger is into.
Welcome back, Cube.
Have you finished the coffee?
Ah! Oh, it was Maya.
Ah!
Yes, thanks. It was lovely.
So, you drank it all?
You had an unfortunate series of misadventures and mishaps, but now I'm back. Oh no! I hope everything's okay, Cube. No.
If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup.
That coffee, it was laced with something, I'm sure of it.
Nick, my stomach! It's killing me! Oh, wait. Maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast.
I sure hope so. I better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the?
What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger?
It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber.
What?
This must be the CD Maggie told us about.
Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal.
No way! That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do. Interesting.
Hey, look at this Parisian-style coat. It's so chic.
Looks more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion. That's a pimp coat.
Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick.
The same color as my suit?
Ah!
She's gotta stop screaming. Keep your voice down, Maya. Literally.
Nick, you've got to take a look at this.
Some cake?
Ah!
Stop screaming, Maya. Jesus Christ.
I'll just leave it here for you.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Just wait here quietly. Otherwise...
Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said.
Yeah, sure.
I have my eye on you. Only so I can take care of you. Understand?
Wow, okay. I'm gonna need her to stop being so creepy.
I'm scared, Nick.
So? What were you getting so excited about before?
Look, on the lapel of the suit.
That's an attorney's badge.
Is the tiger a lawyer?
No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper. Wow. Wow, he's the fake. He's the fake.
For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick.
Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? He's fake.
Let's see, this round doll is called a Daruma, I think. I figured I'd read a book or two to be more cultured, in case you're wondering.
You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change?
I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always right himself. Go on, Nick, give him a good shove.
Only if I feel like dying.
Now this yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece, I think. I think it's called a king? Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reversey person, you know.
Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Gulp.
Hey! There's a piece of paper sticking out from under here.
What is it? A repair bill? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? $15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane!
The car is registered to the Cadaverinis?
Huh? So it's not even the Tiger's car? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the Tiger's office? Interesting.
Paid by the Tiger to the Cadaverinis. Oh no! Someone dropped the ashtray on the floor! That's going to be a nightmare to clean up.
Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything.
I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal.
How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy?
Oh hey! There's a book of matches here too.
Matches, huh? Places don't usually give those much out. They give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second.
What is it?
Look what's printed on the cover. It says Très bien. Wow. Matches used for advertising. These matches could come in handy. We might be able to use them.
Yeah, the pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out.
Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. That was much. That was a lot. Come out from under the desk, Maya. What are you two sleeping around my office for? Nothing. We were just. Oh, my precious carpet. You got ash on my rug. You gotta wish your ugly feet never came through my door. It wasn't us. It was already. Yous want to argue with me? Is that what yous doing? You think yous could take me on? I'm gonna flatten you twos into pancakes and turn yous into my new rugs.
Ah!
Oh, Don Tigre, you're back.
Okay, I was right. It was her again. Okay. Ack! That voice! It's like evil seeping into your head through your ears.
I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier, and...
Eek! She got a death wish or what? All right. Huh? Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. What? I ain't gonna get mad at you. You're too cute, you hear? That's so unfair.
Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. And you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan.
Ah, Phoenix writes. Yes? You's either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you's gotta come and mess up my plan. So it was him. He's my phony. Heh, but I don't care. No one gets in my way. What? I mean, excuse me? You should have left the little girl at home, right? I have a few things I want to ask. Whoa! Ah! No questions. This is the last time we meet. Mac, wait, please!
That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him.
Like you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, hold it, either.
The espresso.
Ah! Maya, stop screaming.
And cookies.
This woman is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it the tiger called her? Violetta? Alright, Tinderlinda. So, kind of curious about your company, Tinderlinder.
With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. A conscientious rate of interest and an attractive repayment policy.
Why do I get the feeling the sentence is not going to end with, well?
We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tinderlinder.
Hey Nick, things are a bit tight for Right & Co at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan?
Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much.
Tender Linder is on your side.
So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then?
We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee.
Alright. I think I'd rather skip town.
Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well.
So, do you know about the incident we're investigating?
What incident?
Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident.
Let me see. I was here that day with the manager.
The manager being the tiger?
Furio Tigre.
Furio?
Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from.
Zenayop's real name. Nick, hurry up and find out more about him.
Don't wanna. Alright. Present profiles. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre?
Cookie?
Sure?
How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself.
Go ahead, Nick. The honor's all yours.
No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together?
We are lovers.
That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me.
The tiger saved you?
Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to.
Okay, Don Tigre, of course, I'm sorry. He saved her life. I'd sure like to know how that happened. Can I ask about it?
I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died. Once.
You died?
About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope.
I guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx.
But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy.
No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe.
Maya, rude.
I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso.
I still wonder what's in her coffee. So, is that why you've got that bandage around your head?
This?
Same. Why are you saying same? Literally same. Bro, stop. So what's the story with the bandage?
They put it on after the operation.
Operation? Jesus.
Operation?
It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
You pay my life in coffee and espresso too. Oh.
A fatal injury?
Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. Or whatever the hell she said, I don't remember. Oh, okay. So that's the injury you were talking about before, when you said you had died once? Oh. Oh, that's a lot of locks.
Surely creeps me out, Nick.
Same here. We gotta find out the truth. Yeah, I don't think we have enough stuff to get through that. Oh my. Well, we can at least poke at it. Head bandage. You said that bandage around your head was from an operation? You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct?
Yes. The operation was very difficult, apparently.
Pardon me for the burping. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? Okay, go. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident.
Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis?
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me?
Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright, then. Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Do I have anything for that? I don't think I do. Yeah, no, I don't have anything for that. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Alright, let's get out of here.
There he is! Old Edie's back feeding the pigeons again.
There, take this, and get out of my park! Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we still can. Oh, wizard, Harry. Oh no!
What? Why? Hello, old man!
What are you doing, Maya? Huh? Gah!
Hey, he just turned his back on us.
I'm not surprised. I bet it really hurt his pride in court this morning.
Hey, Mr. Kudo.
Every pigeon.
Look, we really need to talk to you, alright?
Out with the demons, in with good fortune.
Ow, ow, ow! Jeez, shell splinters! Painful!
I always knew you were a demon, Maya. Oh. Can I give him the job thingy back? Will that make him be nice to me? Would you mind taking a look at this? He just said, ha! Excuse me. You let me get 1,000,000 of my grumbles off my chest and I'll take one quick look. I've got an earthquake of frustration inside and it's ready to rumble. And second thought, forget it. 1,000,000 grumbles for one quick look doesn't sound like a good deal. For me. His apology? Nope. Okay. How about the bike? Nope. Okay. I don't know. I could try to give him that, but I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can get from him right now. We probably need something to give to him to like talk it out. Okay, nope. Criminal affairs. Maybe Gummy will be here and he can tell us.
Looks like Gumshoe's not here.
Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow.
You think?
Yeah, everyone seems to be on edge.
What are you doing? Calling officers with briefing, Quark! Can't you shut down the station servers? Chief, quit playing on the internet!
Oh, my email pen pal. What? Blazing Princess.
Save it for later, I'm turning it off now! Oh, Asian Princess!
What is happening?
Everyone's keeping busy in here, huh?
Keeping busy. More like panicking, if you ask me. Something's going on. Something big. Okay, well, something crazy's going on. Let's get out of here before they think it's us. Well, we have the tiger now, so I guess we can talk to that robot lady. Gotta go through this whole thing again. Alright, so we had something. What did we have? Lens troubles. Why don't you tell me? Blah, 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 blah. Did it have something to do with these 50,000 tickets? Horse betting. What's that? It's a bunch of tickets. Blah, 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 blah. Races. He also went and gambled on the lottery. We did this once before. To-do. Don't follow his example. But he was losing before then. Something more terrifying or ferocious. He has a thing to meet a tiger. Never heard of this tiger. Maybe he's not even human. Allow me to introduce you to the tiger. Bloop. Bloop. Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk to, with him about would be his debt. So, it's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I believe. $100,000? Ouch. But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay. So the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? I suspect he was talking about programming. What computer program is worth $100,000? Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. I'm so close to cracking her. The program in question, was it by any chance this? Oh, we just got that CD. That must be what it is. Cool. Woo, we got everything at once. Was it? This is a very delicate matter. Without the necessary data, there's really no way I can access the information. What? I know Mr. Yell created some sort of program. I can't deny. She can't deny if I show her the program itself. Isn't that what I did? I showed her the disc, or I guess not the disc itself, but maybe the thing with the numbers on it. Nope. Okay, what am I doing? He created a program. Was it by chance this disc? How is... Okay. He wants me to show her the thing, but... Alright, you know what? We'll back out. Maybe we'll show her the program first and see... Nope, it's gonna be the same thing. Great. Alright, she doesn't want to talk about it. Okay, so for some reason, she wants us to present that, because that's the thing, but it's somehow not the thing. So, fantastic. Who am I supposed to give it to? I have to give it to somebody. These. Oh. Félicitations, ma! What? Je no comprehend.
Nick, don't just make something up.
Same. Oh, about this. Oh! Basically, when it's something he's not commenting on, it's just, okay. Alright, can I just present the tiger then? Just presenting things. Alright, present the tiger. Why not? Nope. Okay. Have I asked you everything? Present the lady? Tell me more about the lady. Nope. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, okay. That didn't work. Okay. Detention center. Move to the criminal affairs department. Examine the chief. Be the chief of detectives. He looks lost now that the power to his computer has been cut.
Oh well, I guess I'll look for a real letter instead of an email.
Alternatively, you could write up some reports, just a suggestion.
Dear ladies and princess, how are you? I'm okay. How was the show last night?
Wow, what an awesome job. Maybe I should send in my resume and become chief. Alright, so something serious is going on here, but one of the detectives is mumbling something to himself.
Even pickpockets can have their pockets picked. As a keeper, better to go with something that doesn't sound too much like a slogan.
He must be coming up with slogans for a crime prevention campaign. But I'm not sure even he knows what kind of crime he's trying to prevent. I swear I can speak. These are the detective desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. No problem. Alright, so... I have no idea what's going on. Dang. What do I do? Excuse me. Okay, so... I would swear that I needed to present this to her, but I guess technically I don't know what it... maybe this? Nope, okay. I think I already presented that to her. Okay, maybe back to Tinder Lender? He might be able to help us, but... okay. Alright, creepy lady. About this.
More coffee? You must have more.
No, thanks, I've had enough, really. I'm so thirsty.
I don't leave the office. I can't tell you about anything except Don Tigre.
Alright, so... tell me about Don Tigre? I think we already did. Yep, we did. Yeah, she already went through all this. We're lovers, he saved my life. Blah, 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 blah. Tell me about this, more coffee. Okay, I was kind of trying to ask her about herself, but... nope, okay. Present the matchbook? Nope. Okay. The repair bill. Nope. Okay. This thing. Nope. Okay. There. We're not getting anywhere with her. Okay. I don't know. Do you mind taking a look at this? Grumble, grumble, grumble. Well, maybe I can ask him about the people. Maybe he'll say something if I ask him about the Tigre. I'm taking a look at this. No. Blah, blah, blah. How about the crazy lady? Got a million grumbles. Okay. This is getting goofy. Oh. We can actually talk to him. I didn't even think about it. Sorry about what happened in court today. Everyone will be talking behind my back now. A dirty old man who was so busy looking at the serving girl's backside that he can't remember her face. A filthy, depraved animal. Not at all. Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into that young lad's Javachino.
We hear you.
And another thing. The young layabout was wearing an earpiece, on the same size as the lens of his broken spectacles.
We're really sorry.
So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you. Okay, okay. Take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat. Take this.
Wow. You said you were a craftsman, right?
The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves.
Surely it's not that.
I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the Shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer. I was born one.
Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself.
I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose. Sorry, I know this is a gross question, but is he drunk or is that a cyst on his nose? He's a dirty old man. And so apparently that makes him have a red nose for some reason. And scream right down his ear hole. Objection! See, his face gets red when he's upset, but his nose is just red all the time. And I don't really think that's a gross question.
Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young?
I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all. I've got a tsunami of frustration inside, and it's ready to burst out. If we let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. I'll just assume it's a cyst. It's his nose! It's just red because he keeps itching it like I've been doing all night. See, I've got red on my face, and my nose is red because I keep itching it. He keeps itching his nose. Cut in. Actually, we got places to go, things to check and stuff. Maybe another time. Fine, whatever. Just don't forget. I've got a tsunami's worth of grumbling to do. Yes, yes. This girl right here is really looking forward to hearing it all. Honest.
What? I never said that.
Come to the place where I work then. Here, bring this along with you. What is this? It's covered in seeds. A discount coupon for a burger?
You really want someone to grumble at, huh? Although, it is a burger joint.
He's trying to mimic Aron, but he's too loud and crotchety. I mean, I don't think so. I guess I'm supposed to listen to him ramble. Blah, 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 blah. Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. So, there's not much call for craftsmen these days then. Of course not, you idiot! All I'm good for nowadays is running errands. More on how he wears his hair jacket thing. I don't know who that is that you're referencing, so... Oh, his Haori. I don't know who Aron is, so... This game came out in the early 2000s. I have no idea.
Errands?
Aron... Oh, you're talking about from Final Fantasy X. I don't think he's trying to mimic him. I think that's a old, like, wise Japanese man thing. Because the idea is that this is set in not Japan. And our crotchety friend here is an embroiderer of kimonos from Japan. And he's also a dirty old man who we proved has a spotty memory and didn't see what he claims to see, and so our client could not be possibly guilty. But he is very insistent that he is telling the truth, so... Oh, you're just making a joke? No worries. Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of 2-bit community handyman?
Well...
Buy some bread. Now that I can understand. But what's the point of feeding these seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost. That's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? Now, a serious comparison, he's gender-bent Wendy Oldback. That's how I'm using his voice. I'm using Wendy's voice for him, so... I always do her voice like that. I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute, what did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up, by restaurant, are you talking about Trebian? Did you get asked to run an errand there too? Yes, I did, the very day that young brat was poisoned. What? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast, I was in a bit of a daze, you see? And the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you call la police. Call him yourself. Call him yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time.
So did you end up calling the police?
Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Do I look like I'd have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? Want to know why anyone would wear a techno monocle over an actual pair of techno glasses? I don't think he has a pair of glasses. I think he's wearing the techno monocle because, I don't know, it's supposed to be a tiny computer. But there is a character who is wearing glasses with a techno monitor over it. It's called a DMH in this game, or HMD rather. The HMD, apparently there's a guy, one of the side characters, or one of the background characters, is wearing actual glasses with the eyepiece over it. It's kind of weird. I went out to look for a payphone, of course.
You went looking for one?
I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes?
So for 5 minutes after the incident happened...
Yes, sirree. The owner was at Trebian on his own.
Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Well, I would have if you given me the chance. You should have said it first. But you all bullied me out of the courtroom.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today.
That's the one more thing he needed to say? Seriously? Also, yeah, it's his nose. Scored him out of the court. It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court.
Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police?
What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that woman, I mean that man, alone in the restaurant. Allegedly. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose.
What do you mean?
Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant.
Ah!
Oh sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, huh? We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. Alright, does that mean I can actually talk to Maggie now? Is that a possibility? Maggie!
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you?
Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm gonna stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed it, old man.
Well, he was all over the place with his testimony.
He's not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident anyway.
Is it possible she's the one misremembering things? I mean... if so, she's guilty. Oh yeah, I've got something you're going to love.
Really? What is it?
A lunchbox, just for you. Here.
Wow, a lunchbox. Weenies too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who also makes such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this too.
It's rice and weenies.
I can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir.
Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that.
The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them.
Somehow, when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier.
And anyway. I hate weenies. Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But...
She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste.
But... I guess so.
Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya.
Well, how was it?
That hit the spot. I love weenies.
Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir.
Aw. That's really sad. Profiles. The tiger.
Holy smokes, that's him! Huh? That's your phony, Mr. Wright. Just look at that ridiculous suntan.
For the record, I'm not sunburned like an over-dried tomato, so I don't know how...
He told me he'd been on a business trip to Hawaii, and that's where he got the tan.
I'm not hearing this. Wow.
Alright, let's talk.
Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provide a testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up.
Your voice is getting harder for me to do.
The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him.
But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup?
Do you really think that it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know the CD with the writing on it?
Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
They never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too.
Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me.
You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn Eld, collapsed, right?
Yes, it was so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Très Bien?
No idea at all. Why, is it important, Mr. Wright?
The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture.
Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time.
No. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you?
When you would consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all.
Ugh, it's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds.
What?
Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier.
I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir.
Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out.
Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old CD.
I guess. Let's talk about the old man.
Oh, I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. It feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man.
He's not really that bad of an old man, though.
Still, I feel a bit uneasy.
Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better.
Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony.
Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it.
Yeah, okay. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table... It's true there was another customer in the restaurant.
Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo.
But I can't really say. It was an old man.
Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man?
No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was... a woman.
A woman? That's the first we heard of this.
Are you sure, Maggie?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
So, what did this woman look like?
She was sort of creepy. She had a kind of cackling laugh.
Creepy?
Cackling?
Well, I don't get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently. We did, in fact. Do you mean... of this woman?
I know I used to be on the police force, sir. But I'm incarcerated now, so I can't use my connections to help you. All I can tell you about now is the info about ex-cons or the clientele of Très Bien, sir.
Aw, don't let it get you down, Maggie.
What? But she's a woman! She's a creepy woman!
there goes that, I guess. Alright, what am I supposed to present to her then? Alright, so this was found in Tinderlinder, and Maggie remembers seeing a woman who was creepy, which we saw. So, what am I supposed to do now? Usually we're supposed to get like 4 talking points out of each of these people, but it is not coming together very well, so. Also, I didn't eat before stream, so I'm definitely gonna have to do that pretty soon. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again, but the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef.
Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me.
Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone.
Missing when we need to talk to him the most.
Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose? Well, we found a strange bottle amongst his bottles. It's like a treasure chest. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they got aromatherapy. Oh, okay. So, what happened to the bottle we found earlier? There was a weird green bottle, but it's not amongst our stuff. Now this is one large mirror. Blah, 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 blah. Collection of poems. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. Yep. It's the whole poem. Alright. Cool, 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 cool. Vitamin Square. Present him. Nope. How about her? Nope. Okay. Sweet. Oh, I guess I didn't present the CD to Maggie. I guess I could try that. Très bien. Detention sensor. Present CD. Nope. Alright. Fake badge.
Ah, is that...
Oh, wrong ways.
is that your attorney's badge?
Actually, it's a fake.
Holy smokes, that's it!
Huh?
That's the badge your phony had, Mr. Wright.
You got duped by this?
But it's a completely different color! What about the
fact that it's made out of paper?
He said the badge got a tan as well while he was in Hawaii on business.
I'm beginning to see how my phony was able to gain her trust. Just lies. I used to be on the force, but I can't help you. Geez. Is there anything I can present to her? How about your apron?
Oh yeah, that's from when I was carrying a customer's breakfast over to them.
The ketchup splotch, you mean?
My whole face was fire engine red thanks to that stuff.
But you spilled the ketchup on your apron, didn't you? I don't see how...
The ketchup covered omelet went flying and hit the customer in the face.
Oh, talk about a tomato red face. Makes me wish I could have seen it myself.
Yeah, I guess. It was kind of a sight to behold.
You're right.
That's the cup I took over to the table, sir. But I didn't put anything in it. I could never do something like that.
That's right. You could never do anything like that. I'm getting sleepy.
I'm not good at carrying those large trays, you know. Trying to balance a tray with one hand to put something in the coffee with the other? That'd be asking for trouble. I'd drop something for sure.
That's right! Is she expecting me to claim that she's too clumsy to have committed the crime? I mean, maybe. Okay, after the trial about the old man, blah, 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 blah. Except it was a woman. So what am I supposed to do? I feel like I'm supposed to present the woman so she could say, yeah, that's the woman, but she didn't. Is it a different woman? Nope. Okay. Is that a creepy woman? Here's a creepy woman. Maybe because I don't know her name? Which is weird, but you know. The old man. Feel much better after the trial this morning. Blah, 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 blah.
Mr. Armstrong was very good to me after I was fired from the force. I can't believe someone as nice as him could have anything to do with this.
Well, in the time between the victim being poisoned and the police being called, the only person who was on the scene and had a chance to do anything was Mr. Armstrong. There was no one else there, as far as we know.
Mr. Armstrong wouldn't set me up, would he?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what we're supposed to do. Ah, maybe talk to Gumshoe. That'd be helpful.
Hey, sir, it's smoke and smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already. There's a problem with the internet, too. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. I was gonna have to wait, Chief, and throw the switch. Oh, just when some young guy was about to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend.
What? Wow, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down. Something really big. What are you doing here, pal?
Detective Gumshoe!
You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We got big problems here today.
Why? What's going on?
It's a virus! A virus! A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. But I really need to ask you some questions. About Tenderlinder. Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up.
Yes!
No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear?
Okay.
If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. We're not thinking about borrowing money, Detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Tenderlinda is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems they ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed, calling all the debts.
Really?
Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You really regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady?
Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick?
You better find out what the story is with this lady. First, computer viruses.
So what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know.
What?
Look, I just go with the flow, alright? Well, and here I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is?
Well, Nick, do you?
A computer virus? Sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course.
Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on. Please don't.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright?
Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine. I'm no expert, but at least I can explain the basics to the two of you. A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, it's all internal.
So the inside goes boom, right?
Imagine all the case data you got stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all that. It's the kind of damage I'm talking about.
Whoa, that's scary.
Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious.
Infectious?
Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh?
But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that?
Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's. Excuse me.
What? That's horrible.
Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold.
Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong.
Who, what, where, when, and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is, a bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. Name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard it somewhere before too. Except we didn't say what the name of the virus was, so... How about MC Bomber? Detective Gumshoe, I'm about this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and this virus right now. Ah! This is it! This stupid name! I remember now! I thought so. Here it comes.
Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on?
It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. The name's scribbled on the sports paper and written on that CD. That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber.
What?
Yeah, the virus that's just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? Please? Then that lady will actually respond to me. We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met.
Who are they?
I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. And now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival.
All this stuff with criminals and viruses? It almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Apparently, the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is tracing the route of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale? Yeah, and because of this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. And the millions, a virus can be worth that much? Interesting. Alright, thank you, Gumshoe. I have to go find a lady about a robot. Or something. Let's get this over with, ma'am. We gotta basically skip back to where we were. Boom, boom, boom. Glenn's troubles! Did it have something to do with all of the stuff that he had? What is that? It's a bunch of horse racing tickets and he is a loser. He also gambled for the lottery. Don't be a gambler, blah blah blah. He was in trouble, he needed to meet with a tiger. This is gonna take a minute. Alright, what's the relevance of that? But I've never heard of this tiger. What if he's not a person? Too bad he is a person. It's the boss of the loan office. No. Alright. $100,000. What if he hadn't won? He would have used his talents. You should leave. Was it by chance this? Now maybe she'll actually admit that it's this dang disc that we tried 6 different times. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. No. Alright, we beat the robot lady. Unlock successful. And I got my health back. Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer. But it had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt, not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky. Risky? How?
Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Trevian.
Maya. Where do you come up with these ideas? So it's safe to say Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius. In a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change. This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. Interesting. Alright, so potentially worth millions of dollars. His deadline for repaying his debts was the 3rd. How does she know all this about her employee? I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. Alright, throw them back on the floor.
Use the trash can, Nick.
Wow. Alright. Thanks. I don't really need to talk to her anymore. We got all 4 of her stuff at her. So... Tender lender, maybe? Oh, we don't know who she is, though. So we're supposed to find out who she is. Alright, so... Because we don't know who she is, we can't do anything. Oh, I guess we could ask Gumshoe. Totally forgot we hadn't asked him. Trade in. Move. Detention center. Move. Criminal affairs. Present. The lady. That's the girl who works over at Cinderlanda. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it.
She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she?
That should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Oh, you gonna tell me who she is? Thanks, Gummy. Her name's Viola Cadaverini. Viola, interesting. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini.
Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick?
Never heard of him. It's probably a good thing. Bruto Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family. The Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. Gotta get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. Talk to me. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop and you're scared? What's that about? Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are scary. They got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. We can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. Moolah? As in... They pretty much control all the cash on the city's black market. A black market, huh? And that includes tender lender, I take it? Sure, no one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini. I mean, no one. Interesting.
So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss, then?
Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up at Tender Lender? I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tender Lender are pretty tight.
Tight?
That's what I said. That's what it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. I can't believe it. Almost forgot the most important thing. And that is... You know, the lunchbox. How did everything go? The lunchbox?
You remember the weenies?
Said she hated them. Oh, those weenies. So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Yeah, that's what she said? Really?
Well, not exactly.
Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox.
Oh.
Do me a favor again, huh, pal, and deliver this. That sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you deliver her that.
Weenies again, Nick? Tell me we don't have to eat all these, too.
You not like weenies?
You really can't eat anymore.
Alright, well, let's go. Oh, she's not here. Okay. Guess we'll find her later. Okay, let's see. Move to the kitchen. Nope. Back to Travian. Move to the square. Move to Tinderlander. Present herself, maybe? We know who she is. Maybe we should present her family? Her grandpa? This man is your grandfather, right?
Carrying a picture like that around with you, you should watch your back.
Thanks for the advice.
The family is always watching you, in the shadows.
The family? I thought I saw something suspicious under the corner of that rug.
One wrong move and you might disappear forever.
She's supposed to be cackling, but I didn't know that after I made the laugh, so... This feels like Halloween, only a lot more real and a whole lot scarier, too. This. Here, have some more coffee. Okay. Alright, so... We know who she is, technically. Can we prove it? Probably not. Head bandage. You also said you suffered a fatal injury. Blah, 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 blah. Did it have something to do with this repair bill? Repair bill. Introduce myself. Tell me, what do I have to do with the cadaverinis? It's very strong, and this is why. Is it her or her grandpa I'm supposed to present? Maybe... I know exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? Gotcha.
It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars, and someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike, or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but... I took a blow to the head. A bad one.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right?
I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard.
Ran away?
If they'd stayed, I'd have...
I couldn't get the last one out. Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been? It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident.
It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided, the motorbike and my car. But Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he?
It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. Is it the bike itself? Because it's kind of busted up. Ridden by my phony, yep. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they?
It's possible. Perhaps. Somewhere inside me. I know that may be true.
I knew it.
But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive.
How much are we talking?
Very, very, very expensive.
She seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right?
After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him.
Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you. but because of someone else. Grandpa. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money?
$1 million.
Oh. We have an actual number. Interesting.
4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure.
Oh, really?
Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
They said the operation cost $1 million.
$1 million bucks?
My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Compensation, huh?
It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather.
Aww.
But I knew it wasn't really true.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him.
You helped him? In what way?
Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse.
Oh. A $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year.
Ow, I feel so bad for Viola.
It's inexcusable.
Huh?
There are 2 things I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Didn't you eat a poison locket?
Is everything alright, Nick?
We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso.
Yeah.
I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Parabill thrown into the trash. Neat. Now what? Do I present him with things? Present, this man. Take a look at this. There's gotta be something that we're missing, right? Yeah, because we only have 3 for him, so... Excuse me. I was trying to get to the next phase of trial, but... maybe he wants the paper? Alright, take a look at this. Nope, 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 nope. Oops. You want this now? Nope, I don't know. Maybe the, lunch? Nope. I don't know. I don't know what he could possibly want to, like, move on. I don't know. Alright, let's go. Oops, wrong way. Back to main square. We clearly have to get something else out of him because everybody always has 4 things. But I don't know what. Oh. Okay. Hey, bonjour! I've been waiting for you to return!
Mr. Armstrong.
Ah, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fellas. Uh-oh. Ah! It's Zeno! Who you calling Zeno? Ah! Come out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? This one boy gave to me. I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now! Uh-oh, I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Uh-oh. Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That goes dumber than an eggplant. You just wanna know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only her face. Uh-oh. She thinks she got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that too. Oh.
Oui.
Mr. Armstrong? Oh, give me. Désolé, I cannot argue with him. Oh. That really hurt. Is that all you've got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Oh, wait. Don't take it too hard. Phoenix, right. I've taken it hard. That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Cool. Hold it, pal! It's the cops! Detective Gumshoe! Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, cop, or beat it? Whoa! Come on, Gumshoe, keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. But go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? I'm gonna have to pick a different voice for Don Tigre, because they're gonna sound the same. Thanks, Gumshoe.
Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind.
Please. Okay, maybe I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tenderlender is going down. Okay, so apparently we didn't need to get anything out of the old man. It's good to know. We did it! Alright! We made it from one court scene to the next court scene, which is great. I am gonna call it here. So, thank you everybody so much for tuning in. I hope you have a restful, relaxing rest of your evening. I hope you get a snack if you need it, and I hope you remember to hydrate because it is good for your brain and your body. I will be back tomorrow with some Palia because they have an update coming, which is going to be the Magi Market. So I'm super excited for everything going on with that. And then, of course, we'll be back on Wednesday with some more Wildflowers. Hopefully we get a little bit closer to... I've had my hands full for a good while, but I really, really enjoyed watching you play NVA for the characters. Oh, thank you, Gimcat. Nice to see you. Nice to see you always. I'm glad you got to tune in today. Oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. I was gonna say that on Wednesday we'll be back with some more Wildflowers, and hopefully we'll be even closer to finishing that achievement of marrying and then divorcing everyone. Aw, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Just actually do this so you can actually see it. Thank you. And then Thursday we're gonna be playing a new game. I haven't decided which game yet, but it's going to be something that we haven't played on the channel yet. So it could be, well, quite a few things actually. I have several games to play. So Thursday is gonna be a game that I haven't played on the channel yet. I'm trying to decide exactly which one, but we will decide. So yeah, so we'll be back next Monday with some more Ace Attorney. So if you're enjoying the series, I do have all but one episode up on YouTube, and that's because I lost that episode because I didn't hit the record button, and then I didn't save it from Twitch because I thought I hit the record button. So I have been trying to keep as many of them as possible. So there is a chunk missing, but everything else is up, so you can listen to all of my fun impressions and then tell me which voices I forgot that I did before that I did totally differently next time. It happens every single time. That's a bummer. I'm glad you have them. Me too. I'm glad I have most of them, thankfully. So, anywho, I really need to go find something to eat because it's almost 9:30 and I have to get up super early because I'm taking my dog to the vet tomorrow to get neutered. Gasp. So, anywho, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And thank you all so much again for tuning in. It is really great to see everybody. So, thank you so much. But yeah, hope to see you all again real soon. Bye!